Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tesla stock today was up close to 3%. And here in this video, we're going to be talking about what's coming next for Tesla. In case you didn't know, Thursday is the shareholder meeting and the vote for Elon's compensation package. In today's episode, we will take a look at what Dan Ives says about this compensation package, what's going to happen to Tesla once it's approved on Thursday, and how high could Tesla stock be going. Today, the stock is voting with dollars. Investors are voting with their dollars today, saying that Tesla stock is about to have a CEO guaranteed in contract for the next 10 years. That CEO is Elon Musk. And, well, this is the biggest day in the history of Tesla. There's never been a bigger day. So, yeah, buckle up. We have a lot to get into. I'm going to do this in as short amount of time as possible. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Check that link out now below in the description of today's episode if you guys want to come join the trading community as well. And let's get started. Okay, so Wedbush today and Dan Ives says that shareholders likely to back Musk's $1 trillion Tesla pay plan. Wedbush's Dan Ives expects Tesla's investors to give a bright green light to Elon Musk's $1 trillion pay package at Thursday's key shareholder vote. The plan, tied to ambitious AI, robotics, and vehicle milestones, would raise Musk's ownership to about 25% if fully achieved. Ives called it vital to keeping Musk at the helm as Tesla evolves into an AI juggernaut. Despite opposition from ISS and Glass Lewis, Ives said approval of both the pay plan and a proposed XAI investment would mark a major step towards Tesla's next phase in autonomy and robotics. Wedbush kept an outperform rating and $600 target, calling Musk Tesla's biggest asset. Okay, this is absolutely vital for the bull thesis of Tesla. Let's be honest. I'm curious, actually. What do you think would happen to Tesla's stock over the next year if Elon left Tesla? Do you think the stock would do good? Do you think it would do bad? Do you think it would be okay, kind of a non-event? I'll tell you now, I think Tesla would be down 50 to 80% a year from now. The stock would collapse. It would be GG's, game over for Tesla. Why? Because it would be really hard to attract talent and keep the talent at Tesla. If Elon walks away, you're probably going to get a lot of people that follow him. It would be a disaster. Okay, you're not going to have the talent to keep Tesla's ambitious ideas going. Kathleen McCormick said, "Hey, if we lose Elon, we're basically a car company again." And she says that's fine. But if you're an investor in Tesla, you would lose a significant portion of your money. Now, sounds scary, doesn't it? Well, the odds are really good that Elon's package gets approved. Okay, betting markets have it at 95, 97%. Like, any shareholder that has two collective brain cells would vote yes for this package. Glass Lewis and ISS are fraudulent entities. Okay, they should not exist. They are a disgrace to business. Okay, the fact that they can have a say at all in how, ETFs vote their shares is asinine to begin with. The fact that anyone would listen to them would be asinine. Okay, investors are going to vote to keep Elon as CEO. Okay, investors are going to vote for this package. And it is really the most consequential day in Tesla's history. Okay, because you are going to confirm Elon as the CEO for the next 10 years and pave the way towards a $10+ trillion market cap. Now, as I've made in arguments in other videos now, you could logically say that all the news we've had on Tesla stock for years has been discounted. Okay? Why has it been discounted? Because if Elon walks away, it means nothing. Robotaxi means nothing if Elon walks away. Optimus means nothing if Elon walks away. The only thing that would mean anything is the vehicle lineup. You would have an auto company. You might have a battery company. But some of the AI ambitions literally mean nothing. So if you are an investor or you are an algorithm, you are a institutional fund manager, maybe it's been a little harder to look at Tesla with with any degree of certainty on some of the things that Tesla is even executing on today, because if one day Elon wanted to walk away and focus his talents elsewhere, there would be nothing anyone could do, number one, and it would be dire for Tesla stock. Okay, there would be a valuation collapse. Well, after this Thursday, when Elon does get a contract to remain Tesla's CEO, you can start to give a lot more credit to the news we're getting. Again, how much does it really matter if Robotaxi is in 8 or 10 cities by the end of this year with 2,000 Robotaxis out on the road if Elon leaves next month? Does it really matter? No, it wouldn't matter at all. Having the same news that we have today, but keeping Elon as CEO, means that, oh wow, we have 2,000 Robotaxis out on the road. What's that number going to look like next year? Okay, you see how much different questions start to come up with Elon guaranteed to be the CEO. And this is going to lead to a parabolic rally in Tesla stock, probably a bit of a short squeeze as well. And we'll get into the reason for that in just a moment. But I think even, again, from a longer-term investing perspective, investors are going to like that. But I think there could be a lot of traders in Tesla as well. And that could be part of what we are seeing today with the stock that, outperformed the market so well. Let's face it, most AI stocks did not do well today. A lot of small caps, pretty much all small caps, did not do well today. Tesla was really an outlier, okay? It actually hit the highest level today you've seen since its prior all-time high back on December 18th. Okay? Yeah, it's been a long time, but today was almost a 12-month high for the stock. And just looking at the charts, it looks like we're about to go into the next phase of this rally, which is going to lead you into the 500s. Okay, I talked about before, you were looking at a 10 to 20% rally on Thursday. 10% from here puts you at about $515 per share roughly. 20% from here puts you at about $565 per share. But I think this is the rally that starts an end of the year rally for Tesla stock. Now, let's take a look at the option activity in Tesla again following today and see what Wall Street is pricing in by this Friday. So when we looked over this weekend, Tesla stock was pricing in about 8%. Now what you're going to want to do is add the at the money call and at the money put on the same strike. So you're going to add 470, which is 1320 as the option premium. And then you're going to add 1355 for the put side at 470. That gives you $26.75. That is essentially what the stock is pricing in. Okay, which basically means like if you bought both of these options, you would need the stock to move more than basically $27 by this Friday in either direction to break even. Okay, that's basically what this is saying. Okay, now divide that with the price of Tesla, and you're pricing in about a 5.5% move by Friday. So yeah, the stock moved about 3% today. Now you're only pricing in 5%. That makes a lot of sense, okay, from a logical perspective. I think there's actually a lot of opportunity in potentially the options as well in Tesla. If you guys want to come join the trading community, we may be trading some Tesla options around Wednesday. we'll see right before the shareholder meeting. I would like some upside calls if the stock is only pricing in 5%. Okay, but that could change. We'll see. So you're not pricing in that much. Okay, as the stock moves, I believe 10 to 20% on Thursday upon the assumed yes vote for Elon's compensation package. You're going to see the stock make an outsized move to the upside. You're going to see all of that option activity, that open interest, get essentially hedged for by the market makers, and that's going to lead to a bit of a gamma squeeze. But you're also setting up to get a short squeeze as well. The reason for this is not that all shorts are going to cover on short positions. That's not it. But I do think a reason why you've had so many long-term bears on Tesla for the last couple of years is because Elon is flying without a compensation package. The risk is Elon leaves Tesla. That has been the risk for a long time. Okay, that is the number one risk by far for Tesla stock without any real close comparables. Okay, there's nothing even close to as bad as Elon, potentially leaving Tesla, right? There's nothing that even compares. So you have 72.33 million shares sold short relative to the volume that we're seeing on any given day. Even today was not a high volume day, okay? Around 80 million shares trading hands, some days in the 60 million range. What do you think happens if 5 million shares want to cover tomorrow? 10 million shares want to, not tomorrow necessarily. It wouldn't surprise me if there is a bit of shorts covering before Thursday. But on Thursday, what do you think happens when short sellers try to cover millions of shares in Tesla? That's what is going to drive the outsized move. Okay, that's what's going to drive the 10 to 20% upside in Tesla at this point, right? And that's my call. Okay, we do have some economic data though. If you have not seen, specifically on Wednesday, you're gonna get the ISM services PMIs. You're expecting numbers to come in a little bit weaker than last month across the board, but not a huge change overall. You are going to get the ADP employment change, expecting 24,000 job ads. Last month, you lost 32,000 job ads in this private payroll number. So, yeah, you don't want to see a number that's too strong or too high. You don't want to see a number that's too low either. Now, you're going to get a bunch of Fed speakers basically every day. We had a lot of them today. They didn't exactly help the markets, that's for sure. And then on Friday, Michigan consumer sentiment will be coming out. 5-year inflation expectations, 1-year inflation expectations, current conditions, consumer expectations. And the headline number, of course. You are expecting numbers to come in a little bit weaker than last month, but not really a huge change. Now, the big catalyst for this week from a broader, market perspective is, do we get the government reopening, right? Do we get the government reopening on Wednesday or Thursday? That's kind of the talk of the town right now, is we might get the government reopening on Wednesday or Thursday. If that happens, that is insanely bullish for Tesla, insanely bullish for the rest of the markets as well. Now, what I also find interesting, and again, that's a wild card. We don't know if that's going to happen. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, well, not too much you can do about that. Politics are going to politic, whether you like politics or you hate politics. Okay, politics be politicking and lobbying. Okay, it's crazy how you could just pay a senator to vote a certain way, or influence them like that. But hey, that's happening, and you're getting a little bit of wee competition in Congress. So can't really do anything about that. But it is making Wall Street nervous because of the implications. Every day you see on Wall Street, or you hear from Scott Bessent, that the economy is weakening because of the shutdown. Like it's a pretty played out narrative at this point, to be honest with you. But that is the narrative, and it's making Wall Street more nervous, and that's why you're seeing a lot of selling pressure in small caps, higher growth areas. Look at quantum today. It was disgusting, got absolutely crushed, and that's what even makes Tesla stick out even more on days like today, when Tesla is outperforming by such a large margin. it's like, wow, yeah, November 6th is a big day, and there's people getting behind Tesla. So yeah, Tesla also has an RSI of about 61, so there's plenty of room to run. And what's actually interesting is when Tesla does start to go through these large rallies and or like squeezes, the RSI typically can get into like the mid 80s, 84, 85, which Tesla's only at 60, 61. Like, that would mean Tesla is going into the high 500s, would be my guess, to get the RSI to 85 from here. Like, there is a lot of indicators suggesting that pretty aggressive upside is coming for Tesla. Now, you do have some earnings spread throughout this week as well. Palantir, Hims and Hers, Novitas, Goodyear, some others today and after hours. Tomorrow, pre-market, Uber, Shopify, Spotify, Pfizer. Tuesday and after hours, AMD, Arista, Supermicro, Beyond Meat, Upstart, Axon, and Pinterest. Wednesday, pre-market, Novo Nordisk, Humana, McDonald's, Unity, DigitalOcean, and Recursion. Wednesday and after hours, Robinhood, IONQ, App, Lovin, AMC, Dutch Bros, Qualcomm, ARMS, Snapchat, and Elf. Thursday, D-Wave, ConocoPhillips, Vistra Energy, AstraZeneca, Datadog, Discover Bros, or Warner Bros. Discovery, Moderna. And then Thursday and after hours is also kind of an interesting day for some of these stocks. The Trade Desk, Opendoor, MP Materials, Iris Energy, SoundHound, DraftKings, NewScale, Archer, Enodata, and Airbnb. And as pretty typical, Friday, not too many earnings. Constellation, Wendy's, Canopy Growth, Six Flags, Duke Energy, and some others. So you still have some earnings, but nothing that's really going to move the broader markets. I think from a broader market perspective, there's only really one thing left to do before this end of the year rally, and that is get the government open. Get the government funded again. Once that happens, we're golden. Now, you mix in Elon getting a long-term contract to run Tesla and a pretty lofty, ambitious pay package, and yeah, you have a recipe for Tesla stock to go absolutely insane. And it's getting pretty exciting. So let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Again, I think the initial rally is going to be between 10 and 20% as long as the package gets approved on Thursday. And then after there, you know, that's where you could see the rally to $600-700 by the end of this year, assuming the broader markets kind of do well. Like that's my assumption, that the government will get opened sometime soon, get funded, and stocks generally start to do pretty well. If we get like a crash or something, that's definitely gonna derail, you know, the thought process around Tesla. But that's not my expectation. So again, let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Check that link out down below in the description of today's episode. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next